Hello there, and welcome to the Lullaby Laboratory channel. Tonight, we're going to embark on a quiet journey into the hidden world of plants. As you get comfortable and let your worries drift away, we'll explore some of the most fascinating and soothing secrets that the plant kingdom has to offer. Imagine a world of silent growth, patient life, and gentle mysteries happening all around us. Just listen, breathe, and let the calming science of nature guide you toward a peaceful rest. Bamboo flowers are so rare that entire forests may bloom at the same time only once every few decades, or even a century. After flowering, the plants often die, leaving room for new generations. This mass event is mysterious and awe-inspiring, like a secret rhythm hidden in time. It reminds us that nature moves on scales far beyond our own lives. The corpse flower is famous for its size and unusual smell. When it blooms, it releases an odor like rotting meat, attracting insects that help pollinate it. Though the scent is unpleasant, the sight of its towering blossom is breathtaking. People travel from all over the world to witness its short-lived beauty. Plants can help clean the air inside our homes. Some species, like peace lilies and snake plants, absorb toxins and release fresh oxygen. Having greenery indoors can make the atmosphere feel lighter and more refreshing. It's like keeping a tiny piece of forest energy in your living space. Some trees can walk. In the rainforests of South America, the walking palm grows new roots that allow it to shift slowly towards sunlight. Over time, it can change its position by several meters. Though the movement is almost invisible to us, it shows how even plants can chase the light. Cherry blossoms bloom for only a brief time each spring. Their delicate pink petals fall within days, creating showers of color that soon vanish. In Japan, this fleeting beauty is celebrated as a reminder that life is short and precious. To watch cherry blossoms drift in the breeze is to watch time itself pass gently by. Plants can sense gravity. No matter how a seed is planted, its roots always grow downward into the earth, while its shoots stretch upward toward the light. This inner compass, called gravitropism, ensures survival. It's as though plants always know where the ground and sky are. Some desert flowers bloom only at night. They wait for the cooler hours and open their petals to attract moths and bats instead of bees. Their blossoms often release sweet fragrances that float in the moonlit air. These secret flowers remind us that beauty exists even in the quiet of the night. Baobab trees can live for thousands of years. Their thick trunks store immense amounts of water, and their hollow centers sometimes shelter people or animals. Entire communities have relied on them as sources of food, shelter, and life. They stand as guardians of time on the African plains. Leaves have tiny openings called stomata that open and close like little mouths. Through them, plants breathe in carbon dioxide and release oxygen and water vapor. These invisible movements keep the balance of gases in our atmosphere. With every breath we take, we are connected to the quiet work of leaves. Eucalyptus trees release a fresh, menthol-like fragrance. This scent not only clears the air, but also protects the trees from pests. Koalas feed almost entirely on eucalyptus leaves, finding both food and water within them. For humans, the calming aroma is often used in oils to ease the mind and open the lungs. As plants can breathe at night, during the day they create energy by taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. But in the dark, this process changes. Without sunlight, plants quietly use oxygen and release a little carbon dioxide, just like we do when we rest. Even in stillness, they keep their own rhythm of life. Trees communicate through fungi hidden beneath the soil. This underground network, sometimes called the Wood Wide Web, links roots together like threads of an unseen tapestry. Through it, trees can share food and even warning signals about dangers. A forest is not just a collection of trees, but a community that whispers beneath our feet. Bamboo is the fastest growing plant in the world. Some species can rise nearly a meter in just one day, stretching upward as though racing the sky. Its strength and flexibility make it one of nature's most remarkable creations. For many cultures, bamboo is a living symbol of resilience, endurance, and renewal. Sunflowers follow the sun's path across the sky. As young plants, they turn their faces east in the morning and slowly rotate westward as the day passes. This graceful dance is called heliotropism, and it helps them drink in as much sunlight as possible. When they mature, they settle eastward, like guardians of the dawn. The oldest living tree on Earth is a bristlecone pine in California, nearly 5,000 years old. Its gnarled branches and weathered bark carry the memory of millennia. It has stood silently through the rise and fall of civilizations, outliving pyramids and empires. To stand near it is to glimpse eternity. Lavender carries a fragrance that eases the mind. Its calming oils have been shown to lower stress, slow the heart rate, and invite sleep. For centuries, people have tucked sprigs of lavender under pillows to keep nightmares away. It is nature's own lullaby, soft and reassuring. Some plants respond to touch in delicate ways. The mimosa plant folds its leaves instantly when brushed, as if shyly protecting itself. This reaction is thought to deter predators and conserve water. Even without nerves or muscles, plants find subtle ways to sense the world. Forests can create their own rain. Through a process called transpiration, trees release tiny droplets of water vapor into the air. These droplets gather to form clouds and fall back as rain, feeding the forest once again. The Amazon rainforest, for example, is like a vast, breathing fountain of life. Aloe vera holds soothing gel within its thick leaves. For thousands of years, people have turned to it to cool burns, heal wounds, and soften skin. Science confirms its antibacterial and moisturizing powers, showing that old wisdom was right. Aloe is a reminder of the gentle care nature offers us. Orchids don't always need soil to survive. Many grow high in trees, with roots designed to absorb moisture straight from the air. Their unique lifestyle shows that life can flourish in unexpected places. Orchids are proof that beauty often comes from adaptability. The oldest living plant is a bristlecone pine tree named Methuselah, located in the White Mountains of California. It's over 4,800 years old. This incredible tree was already a seedling when the Egyptian pyramids were being built. Its slow growth and resilience in a harsh environment have allowed it to survive for millennia, a silent witness to human history. The Venus trap snaps shut in less than a second, but its secret isn't a muscle, as plants don't have them. Instead, it's a rapid change in the plant's cell pressure. When tiny trigger hairs inside the trap are touched, water pressure shifts, causing the leaf to quickly inflate and close, trapping its unsuspecting prey. This quick response is an efficient way for the plant to get the nutrients it can't find in its nutrient-poor soil. The tallest tree in the world is a coastal redwood named Hyperion, standing over 380 feet tall. It's located in Redwood National and State Parks in California. Discovered in 2006, this magnificent tree is a testament to the incredible growth potential of redwoods. The cool, moist coastal air and ample rainfall in its environment provide the perfect conditions for it to reach such awe-inspiring heights, reaching for the sky in a gentle upward spiral. Plants can communicate with each other through a fascinating network of fungi called the mycorrhizal network. This underground wood wide web allows plants to share nutrients and even send warning signals about threats like pests or disease. A mother tree can even use this network to nourish its seedlings, demonstrating a subtle cooperative behavior that is often overlooked. It's a silent, hidden world of connection right beneath our feet. While photosynthesis typically happens during the day, some plants, particularly those in arid climates, have a special type of photosynthesis called crassylation acid metabolism, CAM. These plants, like cacti and succulents, open their stomata at night to absorb carbon dioxide when the air is cooler and more humid. They store the carbon dioxide and then use it during the day for photosynthesis with minimal water loss, a clever adaptation to conserve precious resources. Some plants have evolved to mimic other objects to trick animals. One remarkable example is the livingstone plant, or lithops, from southern Africa. These plants look exactly like the small, round stones that are common in their desert habitat. This perfect camouflage helps them avoid being eaten by herbivores, a silent survival strategy that has made them nearly invisible in plain sight. There are plants known as resurrection plants that can survive almost complete dehydration. An excellent example is the Rose of Jericho. These plants can curl up into a dry, ball-like state and remain dormant for years. When they encounter water, they can rehydrate and unfold in a matter of hours, a magical seeming process of revival. This incredible ability allows them to endure long periods of drought. The world's largest individual flower is the Rafflesia arnoldii, found in the rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo. This parasitic plant can produce a bloom over 3 feet in diameter and weigh up to 24 pounds. It's often called the corpse flower because of the pungent smell it releases to attract pollinating insects like flies. Despite its size and unusual odor, it's a rare and fascinating marvel of the plant kingdom. Trees can actually help create rain through a process called transpiration. They release water vapor from their leaves into the atmosphere, which then condenses to form clouds and eventually falls as rain. In large forests, this process can create a positive feedback loop, contributing to local rainfall and maintaining a humid climate. Forests are not just a product of rain, but can also be a gentle creator of it. Recent research suggests that plants may possess a form of memory. While not the same as human memory, they can respond to past events. For instance, a plant that has been repeatedly shaken can remember this stimulus and adjust its growth to become more robust and less susceptible to future damage. This suggests a simple yet effective way for plants to learn from their environment and adapt over time. Mosses are among the oldest plants on Earth. They have no flowers or seeds, yet they quietly cover rocks, forests, and riverbanks. These tiny plants create soft green carpets that help hold moisture in the soil. Walking through a mossy woodland feels like stepping on nature's gentle blanket. Some trees can clone themselves. Aspen trees, for example, grow in vast groves connected by one underground root system. What looks like a forest of many trees is often a single organism, sharing life from below the earth. These groves can be thousands of years old, standing together as one. Carnivorous plants survive by eating insects. The Venus flytrap snaps its leaves shut when a bug touches its tiny hairs, while pitcher plants lure creatures into their slippery traps. They live in places where soil is poor, making their unusual diet necessary. These plants show us that survival can take unexpected forms. Leaves can change color as a form of preparation. In autumn, many trees break down the green chlorophyll inside their leaves, revealing bright reds, oranges, and golds. It is not only a breathtaking display, but also a way of recycling nutrients back into the tree. The beauty of fall is really nature's careful housekeeping. There are plants that bloom only once in a lifetime. The agave plant can grow for decades before sending up a tall flowering stalk, after which it dies. This rare event is dramatic and filled with energy, as though the plant pours all its life into one final gift. It is a reminder of the cycles of sacrifice and renewal in nature. Seagrasses form vast meadows under the ocean waves. They provide food and shelter for fish, turtles, and seahorses, creating entire underwater ecosystems. These gentle plants also stabilize the seabed and produce oxygen for marine life. Beneath the surface, they sway like green ribbons in the current. The rafflesia flower is the largest bloom in the world. It can grow over a meter wide and weigh more than 10 kilograms. Its scent is strong and unpleasant, designed to attract flies instead of bees. Even though its smell is unusual, its size and rarity make it one of nature's marvels. Many plants sleep at night. Leaves of some species fold up or droop in the dark, as though resting after a long day of soaking in the sun. This process is called nyctinicity, a gentle rhythm tied to the cycle of light and darkness. Plants, too, seem to dream under the stars. Pine trees produce cones that can stay closed for years. Some only open after being exposed to the heat of fire, releasing their seeds into the freshly cleared soil. This ensures new life begins where the old has been swept away. Forest fires, though destructive, can also bring renewal. Clovers have become symbols of luck. Most have 3 leaves, but occasionally a rare 4-leaf clover appears. Statistically, they are hard to find, which is why they are treasured as tokens of fortune. Each tiny clover is a little green charm in the grass. The Amazon rainforest is often called the lungs of the earth. It produces about 20% of the planet's oxygen, releasing fresh air that travels far beyond its borders. The endless green canopy stretches like a living sea, breathing in carbon dioxide and giving out life. Every tree there plays a role in keeping our world balanced. Some desert plants can store water for years. The saguaro cactus, for example, swells after rainfall, holding thousands of liters within its tall arms. This reservoir sustains it during long, dry seasons, when the land is silent and parched. Such patience and endurance show how life adapts to the harshest places. The giant sequoias of California are among the tallest living beings on Earth. They can reach over 90 meters high, towering like natural cathedrals. Their trunks are wide enough to drive a car through, yet they begin as tiny seeds no larger than a grain of oatmeal. Standing beneath them feels like entering a timeless sanctuary. Lotus flowers rise above muddy waters in perfect beauty. Their petals stay clean and dry, thanks to microscopic structures that repel dirt and water. This purity has made them symbols of renewal and peace across many cultures. The lotus reminds us that even in murky surroundings, serenity can blossom. Banana plants are not actually trees. Despite their towering size, they are giant herbs, with stems made of tightly packed leaves instead of wood. Each tree can produce hundreds of bananas, feeding people and animals alike. Their tropical presence brings both nourishment and shade. Plants can release scents to defend themselves. When leaves are chewed by insects, some plants send out chemical signals into the air. These scents attract helpful predators, like ladybugs that chase away the pests. It's as if the plant is calling for allies in its silent battles. In Japan, people practice forest bathing, or shinrin-yoku. It means simply spending quiet time among trees, breathing in the natural oils that plants release. Studies show this lowers stress, reduces blood pressure, and restores calmness. A forest, it seems, offers more than scenery. It offers healing. Water lilies float gently on the surface of ponds. Their broad leaves provide shade for fish below, while their blossoms open with the rising sun and close at night. These plants are not only beautiful, but also part of the balance of aquatic life. Watching them is like watching a quiet meditation unfold. Some seeds can wait centuries before sprouting. Hidden in dry soil or tucked away in caves, they remain dormant, holding the secret of life within. When the right conditions finally come, they awaken as if no time had passed. Seeds are patient keepers of the future. The baobab tree is often called the tree of life. Found in Africa, its enormous trunk can store thousands of liters of water, and its fruit is rich in nutrients. Villages use it for food, shelter, and medicine, depending on its gifts. To many, the baobab is a symbol of generosity and endurance. Plants can breathe at night. During the day, they create energy by taking in carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, but in the dark, this process changes. Without sunlight, plants quietly use oxygen and release a little carbon dioxide, just like we do when we rest. Even in stillness, they keep their own rhythm of life. Trees communicate through fungi hidden beneath the soil. This underground network, sometimes called the wood wide web, links roots together like threads of an unseen tapestry. Through it, trees can share food and even warning signals about dangers. A forest is not just a collection of trees, but a community that whispers beneath our feet. Bamboo is the fastest growing plant in the world. Some species can rise nearly a meter in just one day, stretching upward as though racing the sky. Its strength and flexibility make it one of nature's most remarkable creations. For many cultures, bamboo is a living symbol of resilience, endurance, and renewal. Sunflowers follow the sun's path across the sky. As young plants, they turn their faces east in the morning and slowly rotate westward as the day passes. This graceful dance is called heliotropism, and it helps them drink in as much sunlight as possible. When they mature, they settle eastward, like guardians of the dawn. The oldest living tree on Earth is a bristlecone pine in California, nearly 5,000 years old. Its gnarled branches and weathered bark carry the memory of millennia. It has stood silently through the rise and fall of civilizations, outliving pyramids and empires. To stand near it is to glimpse eternity. Lavender carries a fragrance that eases the mind. Its calming oils have been shown to lower stress, slow the heart rate, and invite sleep. For centuries, people have tucked sprigs of lavender under pillows to keep nightmares away. It is nature's own lullaby, soft and reassuring. Some plants respond to touch in delicate ways. The mimosa plant folds its leaves instantly when brushed, as if shyly protecting itself. This reaction is thought to deter predators and conserve water. Even without nerves or muscles, plants find subtle ways to sense the world. Forests can create their own rain. Through a process called transpiration, trees release tiny droplets of water vapor into the air. These droplets gather to form clouds and fall back as rain, feeding the forest once again. The Amazon rainforest, for example, is like a vast breathing fountain of life. Aloe vera holds soothing gel within its thick leaves. For thousands of years, people have turned to it to cool burns, heal wounds, and soften skin. Science confirms its antibacterial and moisturizing powers, showing that old wisdom was right. Aloe is a reminder of the gentle care nature offers us. Orchids don't always need soil to survive. Many grow high in trees, with roots designed to absorb moisture straight from the air. Their unique lifestyle shows that life can flourish in unexpected places. Orchids are proof that beauty often comes from adaptability. Make it 5,000 characters. Some plants can produce their own antifreeze, a remarkable biological adaptation to survive in extremely cold climates. Certain species, like the alpine pennycress, have evolved the ability to create special proteins that actively stop sharp, damaging ice crystals from forming inside their delicate cell structures. This allows them to endure through harsh, freezing winters, with their internal systems protected and operational even when the surrounding environment is well below freezing. This incredible survival mechanism means they can remain viable and even continue to grow when other plants would be irreparably damaged by the cold. allowing them to thrive in environments that seem otherwise completely inhospitable to life. It's a silent testament to the ingenious ways that nature finds to overcome seemingly impossible challenges. The saguaro cactus, a majestic and iconic symbol of the American Southwest, can live for well over 150 years, a testament to its incredible patience and resilience in a harsh desert environment. These slow-growing giants often don't even begin to grow their characteristic arms until they are around 75 years old, a long wait that adds to their impressive and sculptural stature. A single fully grown saguaro can absorb and hold up to a ton of water in its large expandable stem, which acts as a critical life-saving reserve. This vast reservoir of water allows them to thrive for long periods without rain in one of the world's driest and most unforgiving environments, making them a pillar of the desert ecosystem. The oldest known seed that has successfully germinated was from a Judean date palm, found during an archaeological excavation at Masada, Israel. The seed was carefully carbon dated to be over 2,000 years old, a relic from the time of the Roman Empire. It was planted in 2005 and, against all odds, sprouted into a healthy, thriving sapling. This incredible plant, affectionately named Methuselah, is a living connection to ancient history, a silent monument to the enduring power of life and the incredible longevity of some seeds. Its existence is a powerful reminder that life can persevere across millennia, waiting for the perfect moment to emerge. Plants can also hear, though not in the same way that humans do. Recent research has shown that some plants, like evening primrose, can sense the low-frequency vibrations created by the buzzing of pollinating bees' wings. When they detect this specific sound, they can produce nectar that is up to 20% sweeter and more abundant within just minutes, making the flowers more attractive to the bees. This subtle and surprising form of communication shows how deeply plants are intertwined with the creatures around them, using their senses to adapt and improve their chances of pollination in a truly fascinating way. It's a silent, dynamic dialogue happening all around us. A single square meter of a healthy lawn can contain a staggering number of individual plants and a root system that, if carefully laid end to end, would stretch for many miles. The dense, intricate network of roots and soil is a bustling, hidden world beneath the surface, a complex ecosystem of microorganisms, nutrients, and water flow that supports the life above ground. This immense, unseen structure is a testament to the sheer density and complexity of plant life, silently anchoring the world above and processing the raw materials of the earth in a constant, delicate balance. Some plants, like the mangrove tree, have developed the unique ability to survive and thrive in salt water, a feat that would kill most other plant species. These incredible trees have special glands in their leaves that help them actively excrete excess salt from the water they absorb. This unique biological function allows them to form lush, thriving forests along coastlines and in estuaries where no other trees could survive, creating a vital and protected habitat for countless species of fish, birds, and other marine animals. Mangroves are crucial buffers against storm surges and coastal erosion, proving their immense value to the ecosystems they inhabit. The coco de mer, a type of palm tree native to the remote Seychelles Islands, produces the largest and heaviest seed in the world. The massive heart-shaped seed can weigh over 40 pounds and take up to 7 years to mature on the tree, a slow and patient process. It's so large and unusual that for centuries, Before its origin was known, it was believed by sailors to grow on a mythical tree at the bottom of the sea, giving it a mysterious and legendary status that continues to this day. This magnificent seed is a perfect example of nature's ability to create something truly grand and unique. Plants can experience a form of sunburn, a condition called sun scald. This happens when a plant that has been growing in a low light or shady environment is moved to direct, intense sunlight too. Honor. There are over 80,000 species of edible plants on Earth, yet humans consume only about 30 of them for the majority of their diet. This staggering imbalance highlights the incredible untapped biodiversity of the planet's plant life, with thousands of potential food sources waiting to be explored. It also shows how our culinary and agricultural history has narrowed our focus, leaving a vast and diverse botanical world largely undiscovered. The smell of freshly cut grass, often associated with summer and freshness, is actually a plant's distress call. When the blades are cut, the plant releases a series of volatile organic compounds. These chemicals act as an alarm, warning nearby plants of danger and even attracting beneficial insects that might prey on herbivores. It's a silent cry for help, an unseen signal that communicates stress and promotes collective defense within the plant community. Plants can communicate with each other not just through the soil, but also through the air. When a plant is attacked by a pest, it can release airborne chemical signals that alert its neighbors. The neighboring plants, upon sensing this signal, can then ramp up their own defenses, making their leaves more bitter or producing toxins to deter the approaching threat. This is a subtle and complex form of aerial communication, a kind of invisible scream that travels on the breeze. The oldest non-clonal living plant is a Great Basin bristlecone pine, located in California and is estimated to be over 4,800 years old. This tree, named Methuselah, was already a mature specimen when the Egyptian pyramids were being built. Its slow growth in a harsh environment of high altitude and nutrient-poor soil has contributed to its longevity, making it a silent, stoic witness to millennia of human history, outlasting empires and generations. Carnivorous plants like the Venus flytrap don't just eat insects for fun, they do it because they live in nutrient-poor soil. These plants have evolved to obtain essential nitrogen and phosphorus from their prey, which are nutrients they can't get from their environment. Their traps, whether they are sticky leaves, snap jaws, or slippery pitchers, are a sophisticated adaptation to a challenging habitat, turning them from passive organisms into active hunters. Some trees, such as the giant sequoia, have bark that can be up to 3 feet thick. This incredibly dense and fibrous bark is a remarkable defense against fire, acting as a thick insulating layer that protects the tree's living tissue. This adaptation allows them to survive forest fires that would be devastating to other species, a crucial trait that contributes to their immense size and longevity in a fire-prone ecosystem. A sunflower head is not a single flower, but a composite of hundreds of tiny flowers called florets. The smaller florets in the center eventually mature into seeds, while the ray florets on the outer edge are the bright petals that attract pollinators. The spiral pattern of the florets follows a mathematical principle known as the Fibonacci sequence, a beautiful demonstration of how complex botanical patterns are rooted in natural geometry. Some plants have explosive seed dispersal mechanisms. For instance, The squirting cucumber builds up a high amount of pressure inside his fruit as it ripens. When a gentle touch or a slight disturbance occurs, the fruit detaches from its stem and violently expels a sticky, slimy liquid, its seeds up to 20 feet away. This explosive force helps the plant to scatter its seeds widely and colonize new territory. The baobab tree, native to Africa and Australia, is known for its immense, swollen trunk. This unique shape is an evolutionary strategy to store vast amounts of water with a single tree capable of holding up to 32,000 gallons. The tree uses this water during long periods of drought, allowing it to survive in arid climates. The baobab's ability to retain so much water makes it a vital resource for both animals and people in its habitat. The sensitive plant, or Mimosa pudica, has a fascinating and rapid physical response to touch. When a leaf is brushed or a stem is touched, the leaflets fold inward and the entire leaf droops down. This movement is a defense mechanism against herbivores. By quickly shrinking and drooping, the plant appears less appetizing and may startle or dislodge a potential threat. It's a quick, silent dance of self-preservation that is triggered by an electrical signal. There are some plants that have a remarkable ability to glow in the dark. While many examples are fungi that grow on decaying wood, scientists have successfully created glowing plants by integrating bioluminescent genes from a type of mushroom. These genetically modified plants emit a soft, gentle light, turning them into natural, living nightlights. The research shows a fascinating new way that we can interact with and appreciate the serene beauty of the plant world. Plants can also feel gravity and orient themselves accordingly. A process called gravitropism allows a plant's roots to always grow downward and its stem to always grow upward, no matter how the plant is positioned. Special cells in the root caps called statocytes contain tiny starch granules that settle at the bottom of the cells, sending signals that tell the root which way to grow. It's a silent, constant navigation system that allows plants to find water and sunlight. The oldest clonal living organism is a colony of quaking aspen trees in Utah, named Pando. It is a single organism connected by one massive underground root system covering over 100 acres and estimated to be around 80,000 years old. All the individual trees you see are genetically identical clones of the original parent tree. This vast, silent forest is technically just one giant, ancient being that has slowly expanded over millennia, a true testament to the quiet power of life. Some trees, like the sweet birch, can be tapped to produce a sweet, maple-like syrup. Unlike sugar maples, which are a primary source, birch sap has a unique and delicate flavor, with hints of mint and a slightly woody finish. Tapping a tree is a sustainable process that doesn't harm the plant, allowing it to continue growing and producing sap for many years. It's a gentle and natural way to harvest a taste of the forest. A plant's leaves are not just for photosynthesis. They are also covered in a waxy layer called the cuticle. This thin, often shiny coating acts as a natural waterproof barrier, helping the plant to retain moisture and prevent it from drying out in the sun. It also provides a defense against pests and disease, silently protecting the plant from the external world. The cuticle is a delicate shield that allows the plant to thrive in a wide variety of climates. The most abundant organic compound on Earth is cellulose, a substance that forms the cell walls of plants. Cellulose is what gives plants their structure and rigidity, from the stiff trunk of a tree to the delicate stem of a flower. This simple molecule is a building block for all plant life, a quiet and fundamental component that underpins all of the world's forests, fields, and gardens. It is a silent foundation that holds up the entire plant kingdom. There are over 300,000 known species of plants, yet an estimated 10 to 15% of all plant species have not yet been discovered. This vast, unexplored botanical world includes plants in remote rainforests and deep oceans, holding secrets and potential new medicines or food sources. The ongoing discovery of new species reminds us of the endless diversity and mystery of nature. It's a world of quiet wonders waiting to be found. The moonflower, or Ipomoea alba, is a remarkable plant that only blooms at night. Its large white blossoms unfurl in a slow, graceful process as the sun sets, releasing a sweet fragrance to attract nocturnal pollinators like moths and bats. The blooming is a silent, beautiful event that occurs under the moonlight. The flowers then wilt with the rising sun, a gentle reminder of the fleeting and quiet moments of nature. A single large oak tree can absorb over 100 gallons of water from the ground in a single day. This process, known as transpiration, involves the tree pulling water up through its roots and releasing it as vapor through its leaves. This constant movement of water is a quiet and powerful engine that not only nourishes the tree but also helps to regulate the climate and contribute to local rainfall. The unique and beautiful spiral patterns found in pine cones, sunflowers, and cacti all follow the Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical principle found throughout nature. This pattern ensures that each new seed or petal is positioned at a certain angle to its neighbor, allowing for the most efficient packing and maximum exposure to sunlight. It's a quiet example of a perfect natural order, a beautiful mathematical design hidden within the plant world. Some trees, like the coast redwood, can grow in groups known as fairy rings or cathedral circles. These trees are often sprouts from a single long-dead ancestor tree, which has left a ring of sprouts around its now decayed stump. The new trees are clones of the original, sharing a connected root system that allows them to support each other and grow into a magnificent circular formation. This beautiful pattern is a silent monument to the past. The Titanarum, or corpse flower, has the world's largest unbranched inflorescence and is known for its incredibly pungent odor, which resembles rotting flesh. It releases this smell to attract carrion-eating insects, like flies and beetles, which are its pollinators. The plant's bloom is a rare and spectacular event, lasting only a few days, and is a fascinating example of how plants have evolved to use unconventional means to reproduce. A single large oak tree can absorb over 100 gallons of water from the ground in a single day through its root system. This process, known as transpiration, is an essential part of the water cycle. It involves the tree pulling water up through its roots and releasing it as vapor through tiny pores on its leaves. This constant movement of water not only nourishes the tree, but also helps to regulate local climates and contribute to cloud formation and rainfall. The cactus family is not limited to the desert. Some species of cacti, such as the Peruvian apple cactus, grow in humid tropical forests. They can be found growing in the high canopies of trees, where they are known as epiphytes. These unique cacti have adapted to survive in an environment where they don't have access to soil, absorbing moisture and nutrients from the air and rain. proving that not all cacti are desert dwellers. Plants can also move without being touched. This phenomenon, called nyctinacity, is the daily movement of leaves or petals in response to the light-dark cycle. For example, the leaves of a shamrock plant fold up at night as if in prayer, and then open again with the sunrise. Scientists believe this behavior helps the plant conserve warmth and reduces the risk of being eaten by nocturnal herbivores. A silent daily dance with the sun and moon. The world's smallest flowering plant is the duckweed, a tiny, free-floating plant that grows on the surface of still bodies of water. The entire plant, including its flower, is smaller than a pinhead. Duckweed is also one of the fastest-growing plants, capable of doubling its mass in just a few days. Its small size and rapid growth make it an essential part of aquatic ecosystems, providing food for fish and other animals. Some plants have a surprising ability to survive without sunlight. In forests, there are mycoheterotrophic plants, which have no chlorophyll and cannot photosynthesize. Instead, they get all their nutrients by parasitizing fungi. They connect to the fungi's vast underground network and steal nutrients from other trees that the fungi are connected to. These ghost-like plants, like the Indian pipe, are a silent reminder of the hidden relationships in nature. The seeds of many plants require a period of dormancy before they can germinate. Some seeds need to pass through an animal's digestive system to have their tough outer coating soften. Others, like the seeds of many pine trees, require the intense heat of a forest fire to crack open. These adaptations ensure that the seeds only sprout when conditions are perfect for their survival, a patient waiting for the right moment. A tree's rings, which are often used to determine its age, can also tell us a story about the climate in the tree's life. Wider rings indicate years with ample rainfall and good growing conditions, while thin rings signify dry, difficult years. Scientists can use these rings to reconstruct past weather patterns, providing a silent record of historical droughts, floods, and even past forest fires, with each ring representing a year in the tree's long life. Some flowers, like the corpse lily, can generate their own heat. This phenomenon, known as thermogenesis, helps them to attract pollinators. The lily's temperature can rise to well above the ambient air temperature, creating a warm beacon that draws insects in the cool evening. The heat also helps to diffuse the flower's scent more widely, making it an even more effective lure and a perfect example of a plant's incredible adaptations. Some plants, like the Siberian pea shrub, have roots that live in harmony with specialized bacteria to create their own fertilizer. The plant provides the bacteria with a home in its roots, and in return, the bacteria take nitrogen from the air and convert it into a form that the plant can use. This amazing process, called nitrogen fixation, makes the plant self-sufficient and allows it to thrive in nutrient-poor soils without any help from external fertilizers. The desert rose is a unique succulent that can store water in its swollen, bottle-like stem, which is called a caudex. This adaptation allows it to survive long periods of drought in the harsh, arid landscapes of Africa and the Middle East. The plant's ability to retain water is so effective that it can live for decades without a significant amount of rain, using its stored reserves to sustain its life and produce its beautiful, vibrant flowers. Some flowers, such as the orchid mantis flower, have evolved to perfectly mimic an orchid mantis to attract pollinators. The flower's petals are shaped and colored to resemble the insect, tricking bees and other bugs into landing on it. The insect then becomes trapped, ensuring that the flower is pollinated. This is a fascinating example of how plants can use mimicry to increase their chances of survival and reproduction. The sensitive plant, or Mimosa pudica, has a fascinating and rapid physical response to touch. When a leaf is brushed or a stem is touched, the leaflets fold inward and the entire leaf droops down. This movement is a defense mechanism against herbivores. By quickly shrinking and drooping, the plant appears less appetizing and may startle or dislodge a potential threat. It's a quick, silent dance of self-preservation, triggered by a rapid change in water pressure within the cells. Many flowers, like the evening primrose, are able to adjust their blooming schedule based on the amount of light they receive. They can be forced to bloom earlier or later by changing their exposure to light, a process known as photoperiodism. This unique adaptation allows plants to time their blooming to coincide with ideal conditions for pollination and seed dispersal, ensuring their survival. The largest seed in the world belongs to the coco de mer tree, a type of palm tree native to the remote Seychelles Islands. The massive, heart-shaped seed can weigh over 40 pounds and takes up to 7 years to mature on the tree. Before its origin was known, sailors believed it came from a mythical tree at the bottom of the sea, giving it a legendary status. Some plants, like the walking fern, can reproduce without seeds or spores. The tips of their leaves will grow a new tiny plantlet when they touch the ground, effectively allowing the plant to walk across the forest floor. This unusual form of asexual reproduction allows the plant to slowly and methodically colonize new areas, creating a silent, slow-motion movement across the landscape. The giant water lily, or Victoria amazonica, has leaves that can grow up to 10 feet in diameter and are so strong they can support the weight of a small child. The leaves' incredible strength comes from their unique ribbed structure, which provides a strong framework for buoyancy. This amazing adaptation allows the lily to float on the surface of calm waters, providing a large surface area for photosynthesis. Certain species of orchids have a fascinating and sometimes bizarre relationship with their pollinators. Some orchids have flowers that perfectly mimic the appearance and scent of a female insect. This tricks male insects into attempting to mate with the flower, which in turn causes them to pick up pollen. It's a clever and complex deception that ensures the orchid's reproduction. Some plants, like the slippery elm, have an inner bark that contains a substance called mucilage. When mixed with water, this mucilage becomes a thick, slippery gel that was historically used to soothe sore throats and upset stomachs. The plant's medicinal properties are a reminder of the quiet healing powers found in nature, a natural remedy with a long history of use. Some plants, like the Madagascan suicide palm, have a truly unique and dramatic life cycle. This immense palm tree grows for several decades without flowering, sometimes for over 50 years. When it finally blooms, it produces a massive, breathtaking flower stalk that uses up all of the plant's stored energy, causing the entire tree to die shortly after. It is a one-time beautiful and self-sacrificial act of reproduction. There are plants that have evolved a fascinating symbiotic relationship with bats. The Nepenthes rafflesiana elongata, a type of pitcher plant, has a pitcher that is shaped to be a perfect shelter for a specific species of bat. In exchange for providing a safe and cool roost, the plant receives the bat's droppings, which are a valuable source of nutrients in the plant's nutrient-poor soil. It's a quiet, cooperative partnership in the darkness of the rainforest. Plants can also cry in the morning. The tiny water droplets that can often be seen on the tips of leaves in the morning are not dew, but a phenomenon called guttation. This happens when the plant has absorbed more water through its roots than it can transpire through its leaves. The plant's internal pressure forces the excess water out through special pores, a quiet and beautiful release that looks like tears. The telegraph plant, or Codariocalyx motorius, has leaves that are in constant, subtle motion. Even without wind, the small side leaflets slowly move in a circular motion as if they are dancing. While the exact reason is still being studied, this constant movement is believed to help the plant track sunlight and deter insects. It's a beautiful example of a plant's silent, perpetual movement. Some plants, like the Welwitschia mirabilis, are considered living fossils and have one of the longest lifespans on Earth. Native to the Namib Desert, this plant only ever grows 2 leaves in its entire life, which can split and fray over time. The plant's most remarkable feature is its incredibly long life. Some specimens are estimated to be over 2,000 years old, a quiet and patient survivor of the ancient world. Plants can also count to know when to flower. Some plants use a sophisticated internal timekeeping mechanism that tracks the number of hours of darkness. A plant that needs to bloom in the spring may require a specific number of consecutive short nights, while a summer bloomer might need a specific number of long nights. This counting helps them time their life cycles to the perfect season. The banyan tree is known for its unique ability to walk. This is because it sends down aerial roots from its branches, which upon reaching the ground can grow into new, thick trunks. Over time, these new trunks and roots spread out, allowing the tree to slowly expand and cover a massive area, creating what looks like a small forest, but is actually a single organism. It's a silent, slow-motion movement across the landscape. The world's smallest fruit belongs to the Wolffia plant, which is also known as watermeal. This tiny, free-floating plant is smaller than a grain of rice and produces a fruit that is almost microscopic. The plant is a valuable food source in some cultures and is a testament to the fact that even the smallest life forms can play a significant role in their ecosystems. Poison ivy's potency is increasing due to rising levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The higher CO2 levels allow the plant to grow larger and produce more of the oily resin that causes the allergic rash. This unexpected side effect of climate change shows how even common plants are quietly adapting and changing in a new environment, becoming more robust and powerful. Some mosses have the extraordinary ability to enter a state of suspended animation. Known as resurrection mosses, they can completely dry out and become brittle, appearing to be dead for months or even years. However, when they are exposed to water, they can rehydrate in a matter of hours, unfurling their leaves and returning to their vibrant green color. It's a slow, quiet process of revival, a magical seeming reawakening.